It's your main man 360 the Poet from the Morning Wood. And are you looking for the perfect drink? Well, you found it. Mimosa Royale is the perfect combination of California sparkling white wine and natural juice that is both tasty and refreshing. No artificial colors or flavors, no sugar added, and it's gluten-free. As the world's first ready-to-drink mimosa, Mimosa Royale is perfect for any occasion, day or night. You no longer have to drink 12 of those seltzers just to get that perfect buzz. At 8% alcohol, Mimosa Royale is the perfect drink to party with. Offered in a variety of flavors and sizes, you are bound to find a Mimosa Royale that you'll love. We have berry, mango, apple, and orange, with more flavors to come. Mimosa Royale is the most award-winning flavored wine that serves in bottles or cans. You can find them online at drinkmimosa.com or find them at your local liquor store. Ask for it by name. Mimosa Royale.
Keep your radio dial right here. You're locked into the hottest news station on the planet. Hot 702.5 in FM sound. Blazing today's hip-hop, R&B, and pop music. Keeping your radio on fire. Bringing you the hottest, realest, riskiest talk shows live 24/7. Live on hot7025fm.com.
Happy Saturday afternoon to you and yours. Welcome to Hot 7025 FM and the Comedy Cypher, hosted by me, comedian Ardie Hollingsworth. Yours truly, Black 11 Entertainment. We are feeling good, feeling great. On the eve of Christmas Eve, I am joined in the studio by the melanated queen herself, Big E, getting herself all prepped and ready together. How you doing, girl?
I'm doing pretty fantastic.
Pretty fantastic. And you looking pretty and fantastic.
I appreciate that.
All right, that's your only compliment for the rest of the show. Strap in. Here come the jokes.
Oh, my goodness.
I'm messing with you. I'm out here with I got my Jodeci vest on today. You like my vest?
It's giving what it's supposed to give.
It's giving Jodeci vibes. Come and talk to me. I really want to know you, girl. Is that good?
Was that the right words, though?
I don't know. Oh, I really want to know your name. Yeah. Whatever.
The disrespect.
Listen, Mr. Dalvin and them, Casey, JoJo, y'all come to Vegas. If y'all need a fill-in, I have to learn the words. I got to study up on my Jodeci, but at least I got the uniform on. You know
wait, you have the boots on,
I got boots on, too. Yeah,
see,
these are Johnson and Murphy, though. I think Jodeci was wearing thug boots.
Those were...
What were they? Birkenstocks?
No, weren't they
we used to just call them Jodeci boots.
Jodeci boots.
Yeah, in
right.
Detroit, we called them Jodeci boots.
Right.
Because I don't think they had a name. Doc Martens, yeah.
Doc
Will
Martens.
Smith rocked the Doc Martens, too.
They're nice.
Yeah. Get a little platform.
I think you can still rock those.
My daughter has some with hearts on them, and they super dope.
Okay.
She saw them, and we were in Nordstrom Rack. She was like, "Ooh, I like those." Like, ooh, look at your white side showing.
Oh, goodness.
Nah, shout out to my baby Parker. Shout out to you and yours, man. I'm feeling good. It's a holiday weekend. We got a great show today. I'm joined by one of my brothers from another man, one of my Detroit brothers, Highland Park zone. Let's be specific. I want to give the guys proper respect from Highland Park, but you know, Highland Park people and Detroit people, we cousins. But this, I want to introduce him, give him the proper introduction. Let's bring him on the show. He's in the waiting room. We're talking KWANZAA today on the Comedy Cypher. So I had this idea, E. You know how my brain be working when my brain be working sometimes. Mm-hmm. So I had this idea. I was like, this is a couple of days ago. I was like, yo, I should do a show on KWANZAA. I've been doing shows on holiday season for the last month. We've been doing holiday shows. I did my Christmas countdown, favorite songs, favorite movies, all of that stuff. So if you haven't seen those shows, tune in. We've been rocking out Christmas all month on the Comedy Cypher. Then I thought to myself, I don't know jack diddly squat about KWANZAA. And as a black person, I feel like I should educate myself and learn something. I've been to one Kwanzaa celebration in my entire life. I think I was probably 7 or 8 years old. I think it was my grandmother's side of the family, one of our cousins or whatnot, threw a Kwanzaa celebration. So I have distant memories of celebrating Kwanzaa that one time. But how about you, Big E? Do you celebrate Kwanzaa?
You know what? I do celebrate Kwanzaa. I have. I'll say I have. I don't currently celebrate Kwanzaa, but I'm not opposed to it. I mean, we had it as a tradition as a kid, and
I think it's about that time. Let's start a pack.
First of all, I guess you need to go buy some fruits and vegetables.
Oh, okay. We got to hit up Trader Joe's. See, I knew a black person holiday would require you to spend some money.
Barely, though.
Black people ain't going to have a holiday that don't require you to spend no money.
Have you not seen the episode of Everybody Hates Chris, right? Everybody Hates Chris. He chose the dad, because he was cheap as hell, chose to do Kwanzaa so he didn't have to buy gifts.
Oh, but I thought there was, well, we're going to learn about it today. I don't want to give it away.
You're not blind to buying a PlayStation. You might be,
Yeah, it's like,
doing something.
I heard there was a day in Kwanzaa. I got my homeboy on the show. I want to do his introduction to walk us through the steps in the process of Kwanzaa. So I was giving the background how we got on this tangent. But I thought, like, hey, let's do a Kwanzaa show. Let's educate the people about Kwanzaa. Let's educate myself about Kwanzaa. And, in my little Wikipedia research and reading up, it's just fascinating to me. I'm like, how did this slip by me all of these years, as I call myself a super duper black person? But I had to call up all my super duper black friends this week. I'd send out texts to everybody, and this dude came to top of mind. I was like, who's my blackest friend in the whole wide world who would celebrate Kwanzaa, who would know about it from a practitioner perspective? Like, I can go on and read to y'all all day what it says on Wikipedia and whatnot, but I wanted it from a person from a practitioner perspective. So I reached out to a couple folks, and I got one joining me today. Happy to connect and reconnect with this brother, man. One of my really good friends of all time, man, Mr. Rico Spencer. Let's bring him on to the show. What's up, man?
What up, though? What up, though?
Hey, that's a proper Detroit greeting. What up, though? Sir. Hey, listen, welcome to the Comedy Cypher, man. We don't need to, let's get the music under the background.
I was enjoying the music. We
had the music, but we gave the crowd.
Oh, okay, got you. I'm my bad, E.
I'm sorry, Rico. He messed up your introduction. Okay, but we gonna let you continue.
Got you. I didn't hear him. What'd he say? I know he said something.
No, I ain't saying nothing. I just chuckled.
Oh, okay, you chuckled. All right. What you wear? You look like you in an underground bunker.
You know how I be, man.
I hear you. I hear you. I hear you, man. Well, welcome to the show. So I was teeing up the topic with the homie E, Big E, and I was saying I wanted to do a Kwanzaa show, and I reached out to all my super duper pro black friends, and you came top of mind. Listen, this brother was woke before being woke was woke. All right. If you think African medallions, right? You think of this brother right here, man, just always, and let me tell you from a practitioner perspective, me and Rico go back from undergrad. We was both interns working in workforce development, man. Shout out to our girl, Harriet Dean. Hired 2 brothers from Detroit in workforce development. We taught employability skills classes. We did. We turned that thing upside down. And, we had a great time, and it was a great time connecting with another young brother like myself, working with our people who were in some dire situations. And the thing that I really loved about this dude, I got to come to work with him. I got to see another brother that looked like me, and I got to see another brother who cared about other people that looked like us. Man, so we grinded out, man, in the workforce development side, and we helped a lot of people during those times. It was a very, very time in my career that I'm very, very proud of. So let's start there. Let's talk about those days. Give me some reflections on those days for you, my guy.
Ah, man, it's just, you and Petey, or Tari, let me say Tari, we call her Petey.
Tari, yeah, we call her Petey, but Tari. Shout out to our girl Tari, our sister from another mister.
Yeah, some of the funniest moments, man, I know in my younger, youthful days, threatening to whoop up some of the caseworkers and things over there. We're going to talk about that.
Boy was laying hands on people before Tyler Perry and Bishop TD takes.
Ooh, yeah.
It's juicy out there.
It was just like I said, it was a great time, and being able to help people. Enjoyed that, being able to help people who were in dire situations. I still eat ice cream fast and love to get the brain free. So
yeah, this dude, I swear, this dude got a superpower. Big E, I've never seen a person that loved brain freeze. It was like an ice cream spot next to our job. Yeah. and we would literally walk across the parking lot to get ice cream or whatever at lunch. This dude would be done with his ice cream before we got back to the building. And when I say across the parking lot, I'm talking 25 steps across the parking lot. He used to love the feel of brain freeze. I don't know what's wrong with this dude. But man, we had some great times back in the day. Took a road trip down to where did we go? New Orleans. Yeah, went down there and messed up a bunch of shoes at Mardi Gras. Yeah. So we go back, man. This brother was there, man. I remember my mom passed, man. I looked up. It's nothing like, I went back to Detroit. You look up and you see familiar faces, man. So this guy been a brother of mine for a long time. So I'm happy to have you on the show.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, man. Let's talk KWANZAA, man. So, walk us through your background and history in celebrating KWANZAA.
Oh man, so it's been tough. Let's say that. I'll say it's been tough because trying to get our peoples to practice something.
Let's pause there. You see, this is how super black he is. You see, he put the S on people. Peoples. Only black people know to put the S on people. Go ahead. I'm sorry for cutting you off. I just wanted to point out that moment in black and super black history.
So, just trying to get us to partake and practice in and having to make changes because it is an undertaking. I will tell people that when I first started doing it, it's trying to get people. You got to have. So one of the things is you got to have 7 hosts, right? And every day, the way it's supposed to be, and the foundation of it is you go to somebody else's space, each to represent each principal. So each day they, new person hosts. Trying to get that amongst our peoples.
That's gonna be tough, man. Because I know if I'm in that rotation, man, you ain't bringing all them people over my house.
Exactly.
Especially after Christmas, man. We can spend up all this money on the white man's holiday.
and you telling me you want to come around and do this, and I'm supposed to host.
Yeah, it's too much.
Too
much.
So,
white guy got me first. I'm sorry, y'all need a more charismatic character for KWANZAA. That jolly old Saint Nick. It's just something about him you love, man.
Look, they got him. Look, he fat, he jolly, he smiles.
Jolly, he got them red cheeks. Smell like peppermint.
Look, and
white people knew how to set that up. I tell you, congratulations, white people. Y'all won Christmas.
Boy, y'all won that one. And all we show up is with some knowledge. You know what I mean? We show up with knowledge and words, and it's like, about that.
And then Big E was telling me fruits and vegetables too. You gotta have fruits and vegetables.
Yeah. I mean, you supposed to have some corn to set up on the mantle and everything. You supposed to bring some things to the altar, kind of like.
Okay, so walk us through. I was looking at. So here's the thing. Historically, I didn't know. I had to go and do my little internet research. The founder of KWANZAA is still with us today, and KWANZAA was only founded in 1966. Man.
Yes.
Yeah. So
he's a Pan-Africanist, and I think people get scared by that. So. So Malana Karinga. Is still here, and
So let's pause there and educate the people on the Pan-African movement during that time.
All right, so the Pan-African movement, to not scare off people, it was a way of reconnecting with our ancestral land, and most people don't really know where you from. Black people don't really know where they from. It was like, hey, we know we all from Africa.
Yeah, so history, heritage was all stolen from us.
Hello. We know we all from Africa somewhere. Where you at in Africa on that continent, we know we from Africa somewhere.
Okay.
So then the whole thing is about like re-giving us identity and reconnecting us with that root. So when people think Pan-African, it's just saying, hey, I'm African first. And I'm African in trying to identify, getting, culturally, trying to get everything to be able to understand that, look, I am African.
Right, my roots.
Even though I may have been born in America and everything, cool, I am African in the sense of, Akukuban, as it really is. But we're going to go ahead and leave Africa as everybody know that. We're going to leave the name that they gave us. On that continent, ain't really. But I'm that, and that's what Pan-African is just, trying to just get people to re-identify and have the identity of something.
Right.
Why not go back to Africa with it?
Which even in that sense, it makes the celebration of KWANZAA even that much more significant. And I know this is a comedy Cypher. You're always gonna get me with the joke first. But on a serious note, makes it even that more significant that we understand and recognize this holiday and educate ourselves a little bit more, which is why I'm thrilled to kind of have this show, even though we're going to keep it lighthearted and whatnot. But what I wanted to do was just spark people's curiosity about Kwanzaa. There is before I forget, there is an upcoming Kwanzaa celebration here, and I tried to get this young lady on the show. Shout out to China Hudson, hosting a Kwanzaa celebration at the West Las Vegas Library, December 26th here in Las Vegas. I'm sure if you Google Kwanzaa celebratory events in your area, absolutely, you'll definitely be able to find them. So this is something, the 26th is my grandmother's birthday. Shout out to Florine turning 94.
Shout out.
Yes, on the 26th, but I will be packing up the wife and the kids, and I think I'm going to make a commitment to myself to at least get into the culture of the celebration of Kwanzaa from this year moving forward, just from what I was able to learn over the past couple of days. But I brought you on the show to talk to us about your reflections on Kwanzaa. So how do you celebrate? I know you mentioned the seven different hosts. Are you hosting a Kwanzaa celebration at your dwelling this year?
No, because again, trying to get everybody to get through. So we had to make adjustments.
Okay.
So it kept on evolving. So there's a foundation. So there is the foundation, as we know, and then like anything with the foundation, if something needs to be, updated, then you just update it, because you can't get everybody to commit to. So it's multiple things that I do, like we do, like last year with my daughter, we went out on Thanksgiving. We did part of it, wasn't KWANZAA, but we went out as a thing of representing the principle of one of those days. We delivered Thanksgiving meals to the senior living center. We went out and did that, and then my organization, we adopted a family this time for Christmas. So it's like something each time to where it's like taking the principles, because we can't get people together, but taking the principles. One of the other things we do, in my family, is we buy black.
Okay.
So, if we're gonna do Christmas, cool, we got to buy black as much as possible. We got to buy black. So that becomes part of that principle of Ujamaa, which is cooperative economics.
Let's take a pause there. I like that. Let's break down each one of those principles and talk to them. There's 7 principles of Kwanzaa, right?
Yes.
All right, 7 principles, 7 days, or 7 celebratory events leading up to a culminating event. I believe on the 7th day. All right, so let's break those down one by one and talk about them. You got them in front of you. I got the official Kwanzaa website up in front of me, so I didn't practice my phonics today, Saint, so we're gonna lean on Rico to pronounce these words. All right, so break it down for us. Day 1, what do we got together for?
Day 1 is the black candle that sits on the Kanara, which is Umoja. So Umoja is unity.
Okay.
Right. So that's to strive for and maintain unity in the family, community, nation, race. So
okay, I'm with it.
Very important. Right. Second one is Kuji Chagalia, which is self-determination. And it sounded like what Malcolm X said, my people perish for the lack of knowledge of self. So we should be able to determine ourselves, write the narrative of ourselves, tell our story. Nobody else shouldn't be telling our history and making a narrative of us. That
we 2 for 2. Well, let's slow it down. Let's go back to the first one. Let's talk about some ways we can actually manifest that, because I think what you mentioned earlier with you and your daughter passing out during the Thanksgiving and adopting a family, I think how we can manifest these principles in our daily lives. Yes. So let's go back to the first one. Explain it to us one more time, and then let's have a little discussion on what are some of the ways we can do that. Unity.
Is unity, to strive for and maintain unity in the family, community, nation, and race.
Yes.
One of the things too that I actually has added to my Umoja is, so for the past 10 years, my cousin, once our grandparents, our matriarchs passed from our family, my grandmother, my grandma Thelma, and my auntie Vita, and my auntie Yvonne, once they passed on, it was something like, what can we do to keep the family together? Because a lot of times what happens is when grandma passes on,
everybody separates. Yeah, so we've experienced that in our family. My
cousin Maxine and Brandy, they did very good at creating a brunch. So we have, before Christmas, like tomorrow, we'll be doing day before Christmas or 2 days before Christmas, we get together as a family and have a Christmas brunch. And we party all day, we eat good, play games all day. So that's a principle of Umoja, which is unity. It's like we are staying together as a family. We bring in people. We have people from the community where my people's work, they bring people from their job that they are caretakers of, and they bring them to this here. So it's just a whole lot of building and keeping that unity. And we've been doing that now. It's going to be 10 years.
Super dope.
We took a break during the pandemic, but
Now that's the tradition. Now everybody's looking forward to it. Good. So that's one way that you can do it in your family. Let's go number 2. What was the second one?
So Kujichagulia is self-determination.
Oh, I'm with self-determination. Kujichagulia to you, Big E.
Kujichagulia.
Yes. Yeah. So self-determination, how is that manifested? Or what are some of the things that you've done?
Just how we write our story. So how I get out here, man, you've been knowing me for a long time. I've been me. The narrative on me is just gonna be the narrative that I wrote. It won't be the narrative that somebody else wrote about me, no matter about my past history or where I came from, how I grew up. It's like you don't have the right to determine who I am. I determine.
Man, that's so powerful what you just said, man. That's a principle. I know we both live by that principle, man. I swear that, especially as a black man, our narrative, our stories are written before us based on how people have pigeonholed us from the past. I was, man, we can go on that topic. We can have a 30-hour radio show on that topic. So huge with you on the self-determination. You are the author of your own story. No matter where you come from, no matter what circumstance. I know you came up in some, I don't want to get, take it as far as you want to take it, as friends with your personal story have overcome some significant life challenges. And I'm just proud of the brother that you've morphed yourself into and the man that you are and the family man that you are. But if you, as much as you're willing to share, give the people a little bit of background on your personal story, and which underscores your notion of self-determination.
Just growing up in foster care, doing some things in the streets, really doing some things out there in the streets. Could have took me. I could have continued down that path, and then I would have.
Could have been a number. Could have been a statistic.
And been the narrative. The narrative that people want to write about us.
Yep.
One of the great shifts in my life was the autobiography of Malcolm X. Because of that, it was like looking at somebody who went through some similar hardships and came up in the system and went those ways, but changed and transformed and was like, wait a minute.
And you found inspiration in that.
And the way his story, the shift of his narrative, the narrative about who this person is. And so that was a great thing, getting that knowledge itself. Things like, getting in active and being connected to like things like the Nation of Gods and Earths and things like that to help me find out who I was and dig deeper into who I am. And then just that growth, you continue to grow. And as you continue to grow, you realize I control this. Nobody can't write in between them pages lines. You know what I'm saying? Nobody can't write between them lines better than I can about me. So why am I giving the pen? Why am I giving the pen to somebody else to write this?
Man, it's so powerful. Yeah, you are. I always say action over circumstance.
Yes, sir.
In life, no matter what circumstance you're born into, we can't determine that. We can't determine our birth parents or any of that thing, the environments that we're born into. But when you grow and you set knowledge yourself and you grow conscious of your ability, and I pray that over people at an early age, grow conscious over your ability to become self-determined, to rise above any circumstance in which you're born into. That is you're unlocking your inner superpower. By doing that, because
your environment, when I'm talking to these young cats, I'm like, listen, your environment doesn't determine who you are. It presents challenges to help you find who you are.
And let's face it, everybody has challenges, man. Like, I've been watching this crazy on Netflix, the documentary of World War II, just at night, and I'm just seeing how, and the similar thing is going on right now in Pakistan, or not Pakistan, or Israel, and all the fighting that's going on over there in Palestine, and imagine just sleeping in your apartment and a bomb comes through and the carnage and just the bodies that were out in the street, and we're so desensitized to death and those like barbaric circumstances that have happened over and over again, and like the atom bomb dropped off and people are just decimated, like the life is torn upside down. And I was watching a part about the invasion of Italy where moms and grandmothers were putting their women and children on trains to never see them again, and people being shipped off to these Nazi camps to go and die. Like, it is barbaric. But I bring that up to say that people came up out of those situations. People have come out of some very tragic and horrific things in life, and I think the principle of self-determination that we were talking about in the second principle of KWANZAA relates specifically to that, because where else can you go but up from there? You know what I'm saying? Yeah. All right. So principle number 3. Let's talk about principle number 3.
Ujima is the collective work and responsibility.
Okay.
So the
collectively working together.
Yes, and being responsible.
Okay.
The responsibility is your ability to respond. How you respond to any situation. It's on you. It's on you how you respond. Some things can happen, but how do you respond?
Right.
And so collectively, if we learn how to do things collectively, we actually present things better for our community, make things better for our community instead of individually. A lot of times what happens is something happens to one person, we be like, oh, that ain't got nothing to do with me. Well, it has a whole lot to do with us.
Absolutely.
It has a whole lot to do with us, because if that happened over there to that person, you're not too far off from it maybe happening or visiting your doorstep.
The great MLK, injustice anywhere is a threat to justice everywhere. Yeah. You can't turn a blind eye to your neighbor suffering and don't think the wolf will not knock at your door one day.
That is it. Your neighbor's house is on fire. You be like, oh, this is across the street. Ain't got nothing to do with me. Okay,
the wind shift.
Until that wind shift. Who set that fire? Or the wind shift. Okay, that's
absolutely. Everybody got issues now, man. Yeah. So, on that subject, let's talk about Black entrepreneurship, because I know you're an African American entrepreneur, such as myself, and I've been reading economic studies about how often the Black dollar is recycled.
So that's the next
within our community.
That's the next principle.
Okay, great transition.
The next principle is Ujima. Ujima is cooperative economics.
Okay.
And that just lets people know, because what you're about to say, they say the Black dollar stays in the community 6 hours.
Man. How does that happen?
Other groups average 24 to 72 hours or more. The Black dollar stays in the Black community 6 hours.
And here's why. Because we don't own shit. We're consumers. We're consumers.
$1.5 trillion.
Yes, we're consumers. We don't own shit. So what happens is when you work for your money, you get your paycheck. And, 3 things you can do with a dollar: spend, save, and invest it. We usually chop that dollar up into those 3 categories, right? So savings, for a lot of times, we're at the lower end of the economic totem pole. So savings is often a distant thing for Black people, because we have so many things to spend money on. And then let's not even talk about investing, right? So we're spenders first, all right? When I say spend, save, and invest, we're spenders first. And what happens is when you don't own products, when you don't own the things that you're spending your money on, that dollar quickly exits your community and it gets into the pocket of a Jeff Bezos, right? We're going to go to Amazon to cop the things that we want. But at the end of the day, Amazon is going to take your dollar, reinvest it to create more dollars and more economic opportunities. And meanwhile, you're just stuck with that product, that iPhone or that shiny Jodeci vest, whatever it is that you bought for yourself. And if you don't own those brands, that's how your dollar exits your community within how often you said 6 hours?
6 hours, man. People get their paychecks on a Friday and it's gone.
Friday night
before Saturday.
You didn't went and bought that thing or whatever you done bought, and your money just gone. And you right back to being a earner and a consumer.
And then if we realize, like, if we were to pool our monies, we would be the 10th wealthiest nation. Black Americans would be 10th wealthiest nation on the planet. And here's
the eye-opening thing. That's something that we can do. There's no barrier to that level of success. It's just about embracing what we're talking about here, the principles of doing that and working together. And
I put it on Facebook. So when the George Floyd thing happened, I said, we got 5 years, people. They're gonna buy black. They're gonna give black to black. They're gonna everything black. Then
there was a big shift.
They turned Juneteenth to a federal holiday.
Yep. Walmart was selling Juneteenth ice cream. I remember it.
I said, this is the way to get in. Every company is gonna come with the black agenda. They're gonna give you something for being a black owner. Something they're gonna give it. And
it was a huge love fest for black folks after seeing a man killed on TV. Yes.
And I told everybody to jump on this train. Put it on Facebook. I said, jump on this train now. If you haven't, jump on this train. And I said, because after 5 years, and within 5 years, they're going to start pulling back. And sure enough, we're starting to watch them pull back. Now the programs are disappearing. They dissipating. And I'm like, see, I told you.
It's not a marketing ploy anymore.
Nope, not a marketing ploy anymore. But we knew it because when we like to say, there's no money in the black community. It's like, well, how are we $1.5 trillion consumers? And there's no money in the black community. There's a whole lot of liquor stores that's not owned by us. Gas stations that's not owned by us. There's some monies It's some money's in them places.
Yeah, honestly, here, we try to separate the finances and the church, but other races don't do that.
They don't.
And one of the failures, I think, of the black church was that it did not service as an economic engine in our communities. That was the place of unification. That was the place where we all came together under the guise of, obviously
worshiping in the church together. If you needed to.
Absolutely. Yeah. And, I think a lot of churches have failed those communities, especially inner city churches have failed those communities. And it's all about servicing of the church and of the kingdom. And you see the pastor getting rich and pimping from the pulpit.
Religion became a business. Religion became a business. It was like, I'm in it for the federal dollars. So
oldest hustle. Yeah. And in the meantime, there's always byproduct of what happens to that. There's always some consequences what happens to that. And I think one of those consequences is an abject failure of that community to be that economic engine. When you think about the power of unification, as we talk about the principles of KWANZAA, you can recycle those dollars within your community by simply doing this. Like let's say, for instance, you got a lender, a real estate agent, all housed in your church. How are those folks not working together to make sure every single member of that church becomes a homeowner? Right. They have the resources, they have the network, they have the community in which to do that. Why are those people not working together to empower other folks? As a black-owned business owner, oh my God, I get it the worst. It'd be your own people.
Man.
It'd be your own people. I got a lawsuit out on a dirt bag right now that I tried to empower and give an opportunity to, you little dirty bastard.
And so that's why it's hard to try to get my papers with this KWANZAA, because we're talking things that in a nutshell we've been so watered down. They scared of.
Yeah,
so they're scared to do these because now it becomes, you got to live up to these things. You actually got to practice them in everyday life. It's not from December 26th through the 1st that I'm gonna practice these. It's like, no, this is what I live. But like,
and that's why I like that we're breaking them down the way that we're doing, because what I want people to understand is how it doesn't have to be this celebration from 26, like you said, to the 1st. These can be principles that you adopt and live your everyday life by.
Every day. And so when I'm sitting out, like, I got cousins and them who are real estate agents, own their own real estate companies. I give them shout outs, Daniel Durham and Sherry Matthews.
Daniel and Sherry. What's up?
They do very well. I got a sister who has a business that can give you her name LaShawn Michael. She got services for people who got businesses. You need internet, you need phone service, internet, you need Square services or whatever else. She's got a business that helps get you connected to those things. I send people that way. My wife has a handbag business. Jamazon. It's called Jamazon. J-O-M-A.
Man, I love black entrepreneurship.
Yes, J-O-M-A-Z-O-N. It's a handbag. So women who like their handbags. And go get you.
Y'all better go get you one of them Jamons and keep your money in the community. Y'all out here with Louis Vuitton, $3,000 purse ain't got $3,000 in it. I see you, sis.
Listen, what I'm telling people is because she did this Goldman Sachs. She's been part of this Goldman Sachs 1 Million Black Women program. I'm like, okay. Look, like Fat Joe say, yesterday's price ain't today's price.
You better get you one of them vintage. What was the name again?
Jamazon, Jamazon.
Okay, Jamazon. Better get you one of them Jamazons.com.
It's her artwork on the bag, but she also uses Detroit artists on designs of the bag. So, but I always, even for us, for that UJMA, cooperative economics, we search out. Like I've been for 4 or 5 years using a black BGLH out of Brooklyn, New York. It's a black body butter company. Jomazan. I'm sorry, not Jan. Jomazan is Jamazon.
Look at the wife. She done dropped it in the chat for you.
She wanted to correct me. She was like, "Look, get that together." But my this BGLH company in Brooklyn is a black-owned body butter and oils company.
Big E, he's speaking your language. Black-owned body butter.
BGLH is how you.
She didn't give me none today. She usually got this little. It's an unmarked bottle. Of black-owned lotion. Her own special recipe.
This place is
the bottle is marked. You're talking about my purse stash.
It's Rico. Let me tell you,
the purse stash.
The way she give it to me is like a drug deal. I feel like I'm at New Jack City. She slid it to me,
and that's why we asked you today.
Yeah, she didn't slide it to me today. My hand. I washed my hands.
You talking about my black-owned products?
Come on, my black queen. queen to be.
Yeah. So I ordered from them, been ordered from her since 2019, and but what happens is, like I even talking, my wife is typically at events where, amongst their own people, they ask for the deal and hook up.
Oh man,
and it's like,
preach on it.
You didn't go over to that other place. You wasn't over at the other place asking for the deal and hook up. How you look asking for the deal and hook up over here?
Man, let me tell you, man. Listen. There's a thing that people want you to be successful, just not more successful than them. So that's we got that crab in the barrel mentality within our community. But what you just spoke on is absolutely true, man. Just from a black-owned business owner, man, I produce shows and products. Yeah. People want stuff like, yo. Oh, let me get a t-shirt. Let me get that. Like, yo, the t-shirt, I'm selling them for 10. I just had a deal just to get the brand out. Yeah. The t-shirt cost me $7.
That's it.
I want to support you. Send me a t-shirt. Come on, cuz. Like, what are you talking about? Yeah, so, we have that. Like, we're supposed to just give ourselves and our services away for free. And you'll see in the same breath, people will line up to buy products, services, entertainment from other folks right there in your face. And from rich people. Yeah. from people that's already rich. Yep. And from people that doesn't give back or give anything back to you. That will then take your dollars out of your pocket, out of your community, and what are they buying?
Yep.
Like, come on,
not
man.
Buying from our community. Definitely not buying from ours.
But it gets back to the notion of consumerism that we were talking about, man. People clout chase through consumerism. I tell people all the time, looking poor, I grew up poor. Looking poor, being poor is not sexy. It's no sexy. No. It's no sexy. Let's just admit that. So that's part of the... Yeah, it's not sexy at all. And that's part of the psychology which drives us to consumerism.
Yes.
Which we have to understand that causation. We have to understand why we do certain things and unpack the psychology behind it. But that doesn't mean that we continue to spiral down. Because we go back to that, self-determination, self-actualization that we were talking about.
I'm a wonderful TJ Maxx Marshalls Burlington shopper.
Okay, Maxinista.
Listen, please, I'm like up in there. I be telling people all the time, like, I ain't about to be going no mall and doing all what y'all talking about. I'm straight.
Okay.
Cool. I go over here and spend I spend $100 in a space and come out with like 10 bags, looking like I'm the man, and I'm cool with that. I'm cool with that.
You getting 10 bags for $100?
Look, you get that little TJ Maxx app.
Messing with you. Yeah,
you get that little TJ Maxx app. You get the little deals.
Oh man, that's my wife be on that. Yo. I swear, my wife got an app for everything. She be having discounts. Like I call her a Wiccan. We pulled up in the McDonald's the other day, and the shit was like 19 something, and she had a code, an app on her phone, and I called her a McWiccan. She flashed the code, and it went down to $12. I was like, this is the most amazing shit that's ever happened to me in a McDonald's drive-thru.
Because you know what? Your wife found her Nia. That's the next one. That's purpose.
Okay. Look at you. Look at the transition. The purpose. She found her purpose. My wife's purpose is to spend and save money. Congratulations, Keisha Hollingsworth. You win.
Saves money.
I said spend and save. She's a spender.
She should be spending at a higher level.
Man. Oh yeah, I guess we save a little bit of money with the discounts and the coupon. See me, she always make me feel bad. We were in the store the other night getting paper towels. Like, whose ass do we have to wipe? She had like a whole bag and a situation of tissue and paper towel, and she was like, they on sale, and I got this coupon, and it was like it like cut like a third of the cost off. I was like, oh, okay, all right. Good for you.
Now, since we talking about paper towel, I got my wife listening, so she gonna chime in and put in the paper towel. The paper towel, it's a black-owned paper towel. It's a black-owned toilet paper that we just bought from. Actually, it's a black-owned laundry detergent. I think it's called Echo. That's a black-owned laundry detergent that we bought.
You can wash your clothes, wipe your ass in your hands with black-owned products.
Even dryer sheets. Yeah,
even dryer sheets.
It's dryer sheet, man. Listen, they
probably smell like Egyptian musk. I love super black stuff.
I think that might be all.
It smell like Egyptian musk. Your clothes come out smelling like your uncle. Uncle at the barbecue.
Yeah, but so we got black-owned toilet paper, tissue, laundry detergent.
Shout out to your wife, man. That's dedication to the cause to go and on Etsy to look for that.
Yeah, no, it's like we know some of these people too, so she knows some of these people personally. But yeah,
we ain't in Target with the black-owned paper products.
Actually, they are. The funny thing is, these people have gotten this. So the laundry detergent is in Kroger's. I think it's entered into Walmart and Target now. So these are black-owned businesses that have gotten and made partnerships and.
That's what's up.
With Walmart and everything that we've like, okay, let's support them when we get there. But then that goes into the next.
Give me the rewind back. Let's talk about the other principal. Give me the name again.
Nia, like Nia Long.
Nia. Then that's Nia Long. Okay, Nia Long. Nia Long.
Yeah.
In the cherry thong.
That's purpose.
Purpose. And Nia is finding your purpose. So yeah, find your purpose, Saints, in this holiday season. I always say that the great thing about the holiday season is a time where things kind of slow down a little bit. You can reflect. You can do some things that you may not have time for throughout the hustle and bustle of the regular year. So you can reflect and find your purpose, especially finding that purpose moving into the new year. You know, you always got that little burst of internal energy, that little extra hypeness as the year starts. So when you find your purpose, hopefully, you know, that sparks that fire even a little bit more, and you can carry that momentum and have a positive year moving forward. So Nia, like Nia Long, find your purpose. All right. What's the next one?
KWANZAA is creativity.
Okay. KWANZAA.
Yeah, it's creativity. So it goes back to what we were talking about earlier about like how KWANZAA, when y'all talking about not getting gifts, and she brought up everybody hates Christmas. So the whole point about it was to come and actually you bring gifts, but the gifts are supposed to be like crafted, crafted gifts. Maybe somebody knitted a blanket or knitted some gloves and a hat. You bring gifts.
It's kind of dangerous, man. You talking about creativity. Creativity also has to have a degree of talent behind it. Let me tell you something. Don't knit me no sweater, Saints. All right. You hear me fucking around, make me a Gordon Gartrell. I feel a Gordon Gartrell coming on. One arm longer than the other. It look like it's hanging on the floor. It look like it's on a hanger and the floor at the same time.
So you can make rules. If it's somebody who bakes and they bake good, let them bring a gift of baked goods.
Let's pause on that and let's talk about. I want to touch on the subject during the holiday season. We're visiting a lot of people's homes, going over, dropping off people's houses and whatnot. People having get-togethers. Listen, do not show up empty-handed with a big appetite. Bring something with you. Stop and get one of them Crown World gift sets. It's $20. Bring something with you when you're popping over people's cribs for the holidays, man. And if you're going over, I just read an article the other day. It was about a grandmother who continued the tradition of having her family pay for their Christmas dinner. And I thought about that. A lot of times we go over grandma's house for Christmas and whatnot, and we take for granted that older people are on a fixed income, a lot of them, and they're setting out these big spreads for the family and cooking. Not only is their time, it's the cost of the groceries. So listen, you cheap ass uncle and them. All right, you done stopped by the little smoke shop, got your little thing. You done stopped by the liquor store, got your little thing in the brown paper bag or whatnot. Go ahead and bring something over your people's house when you stopping over for the holidays. Don't be that guy, all right, or that girl.
And so you can practice these principles, whether you call it KWANZAA, whatever. Mm-hmm. Like you saying, man, you going over to grandma's house, grandma done put in 2 days, 3 days worth of work because it's black community
on the bad hip and everything.
You know what I'm saying? We cooking 3-4 days in advance anyway. They spent their last. Show up with something.
Man. Help out. Bring something to the party.
Yeah, that's the whole thing about KWANZAA is to show up, bringing a gift, and it's supposed to represent that day. So if you're talking about unity, Kuji Chakalia, Ujama, Nia, purpose, KWANZAA, it's like you bringing something. You bring in some food. You bring in, if you're a great baker, cool.
If you can't cook, just stop at Walmart, pick up one of them Patti LaBelle pies or something. It's okay. We ain't gonna hold it against you. That pie gonna get 8.
Okay, cream on top. It's gonna
put something on it. Yeah, we ain't gonna judge you. We know you the cousin that can't cook nothing. We know
you came through with something. You did your best.
You put some hot dogs in the crock pot. Cut them up. Put some barbecue sauce on. Do something for the kids. I don't care what you do. Do something.
I don't know about the hot dogs in the crock pot.
Well, I'm just giving ideas. Some of them start out basic, Rico. They only got hot dogs in their freezer. Some of them start off real basic. I'm trying to meet people where they are. We're getting to the granular level of blackness. All right? You ain't got nothing but hot dogs and Hennessy in your refrigerator. Uncle Ardie and gave you a recipe. Put them in the crock pot, let them steam up, put a little barbecue sauce, cut them up, give some kids some toothpicks. They're going to love them. They're going to love them. Make it a little game. Blindfold all the kids, give them toothpicks, spin them around, make them stab and see how many hot dogs they can get. One stab.
Yeah, this yeah. That went left real quick.
I'm just saying. I'm just giving you ideas. Creativity. All right, give us the next principle.
So the seventh one is Imani. That's faith.
Imani. Okay, faith in Imani. We got to have faith. Faith is one of the only things that can get you through in turbulent times of trial and tribulations. You have to have a foundation of faith. So break that down for us.
So it really is. It's really the belief. You don't know.
Yeah.
You don't know. But the very fact that if you're strong in that conviction of like all things are possible, infinitely possible. Absolutely. So I'm just gonna go in the direction of. And it's gonna work out. I have understanding, have a deep-seated belief that it's because of my intention, and when I'm intentional about something, I'm evolved. That creates a level of involvement. So now I'm involved in whatever I'm intentional about. Then I become committed and devoted. And so once those things happen, it's like now my intentionality leads to me being more involved, which means I'm being more committed, which means I'm devoted. I don't necessarily know how this thing is gonna turn out. Boy, oh boy, if I just keep on going the process, it's gonna work. Something's gonna come keeping
on. Yeah. The sun will come out tomorrow.
Yep.
You absolutely have to, man. I've had a crazy year of ups and downs, trials and tribulations. Lost my big brother. I was just thinking about that the other day, man. The foundation of faith is what centered me back. You have to get back to center when things are pulling you, left or right. And you have to get back to center. And that's the one thing, the foundation of my faith and what you just alluded to, that all things are possible if you only believe. You have to stay the course. You have to keep a positive outlook on life and understand that there are seasons of trial that's going to come with any great life. It has a season of trial. Or seasons. On it, like peoples. Seasons of trial. And you have to keep on keeping on and keep pushing through, man. But the foundation of that's easier said than done without that foundation of faith. Yeah. And I know you overcome some things, man. You looking good. Beard is healthy looking. Bald head shiny. Skin looking good. Staying
Speak on it.
Let's talk about. I was just talking about that with my wife this morning. That's one of the things. I'm not the big New Year's resolution guy, but man, 2024, I'm gonna be out here with my shirt off. Big E. I'm gonna have my shirt. I'm gonna pull a nipple out for y'all in 2024. I swear to God, I'm about to be out here. I'm about to get in much better shape, man. Physical shape.
Purpose. When we talk about E and all this stuff, it's so during the pandemic, everybody's locked down, and it's like I'd go to the gym, sporadically during the evening. You get out of work, you get out of doing your own business stuff.
Right.
It's like, So I was like, when the lockdown happened, I was like, bet I'm going to the gym more often. And but what I said to myself, and I was 45 at the time, I said 50 starts now. It's the way I want to look at 50. I was like 50 starts now. So I was 45, man. I was in the gym 7 in the morning, and so it's been consistent 3 years now, where I get in on Wednesday or Friday, core cardio with a group of guys. Then the other 2, I get in 2 more days just to do some lifting, and it's just off.
You still hooping?
Man, I try and get up, man. These young dudes hoop different, man.
Yeah, they do. I stopped hooping because of young dudes. I don't like y'all. Man, I don't like anybody under 30 with a basketball in their hand. I just go the other way. Get away from me. Y'all too wild.
Man. And everybody think they Steph Curry.
Everybody
think they Steph Curry with the shot. It's like, man, you is not Steph Curry.
I stopped hooping for that very same reason. I said this is not the basketball I grew up on.
I coach basketball. I even trained some players. Got them in college, stuff up there. So I'll do that from time to time, man. But
I need to find an old man league with people that play that got some sense.
Yep, that's it.
Yeah.
I hear.
Old man out there, you got 9. I need 9 other old dudes. When I say old, I'm talking about 40 plus. I'll be 45 next year. 40 plus old dudes that want to hoop. We find a gym once a week. We don't invite nobody else. We checking IDs.
Yep. bring your water, bring your Gatorade.
Yeah, bring your water, your Gatorade.
Ice packs, whatever.
You know, we ain't listening to we ain't gonna have Sexy Red on. We gonna have some Isley Brothers playing the something in the background as we hooping. Yeah. You know, I need mellow old men.
Yeah, man, these cats, man, I can't. They'll you can rebound before you even get to half court. They shot the shot, looking at you like, man, you ain't grab the rebound. Like you man, wrong. I just rebounded and gave it to you. You took a half court jump shot like you Steph Curry or something.
Let me tell you something, man. As you can see, this is my brother, man. We can kick it about different topics, different subjects all day. But as we get out of here, we got a couple minutes left in the show. I want you to let the people know how they can connect with you. One more time, how they can connect with your wife, with her handbag business, man. And just wish you happy holidays to you and yours and the family, man. It's just such a blessing, such a pleasure to have you on the show today. The time went by like that. Seemed like we just sat down here.
Yeah. So connect with me, man. I have everybody say life coach. I don't say life coaching because everybody and their mama think they're a life coach nowadays.
Man, there be people out here with raggedy lies out here trying to coach other people. Like, girl, shut up.
I have what I call a transformation business. It's called evolvetransformation.com, and it's like assisting. The tagline is assisting with transforming the human condition. So you can reach me at that with Evolve Transformation Project at gmail.com. I'm still working on, updating my website, but right now just Evolve Transformation Project at gmail.com. My wife's handbag is Jamazon, JOMAZON. Jamazon, JOMAZAN, yes.com.
Man, wife gonna come down to the bunker and strangle you, man. Y'all be getting everybody else's website. JOMAZAN.com. Shout out to you, Nicole.
Yeah. She gonna get me. I'm gonna get off and get that look.
She gonna get you. That's all right. We got a couple plugs there for man. I'm gonna definitely check it out and grab some bags and whatnot, man. I just once again appreciate you coming on the show. Appreciate you sharing your knowledge and background and breaking down the 7 principles of KWANZAA. Hopefully we learned something today. Hopefully we had a good time, learned something today, and learned how you too can educate yourself and how you can live it every day, not just during this happy holiday season.
I like to tell the peoples, nowadays they just doing it one day anyway. So go to the one day, KWANZAA thing. They ain't doing 7 days hosting. You ain't got to worry about going to my
Yeah, that's the part. Days. You almost lost me with that one, brother. The 7 days and the hosting. One, you're not coming over my house for sure. And number 2, I ain't going over somebody else's house 7 days in a row. I'm good. All right. But yeah, the one big celebration, I want to shout that event out here in West Las Vegas. Again, West Las Vegas Library. This Tuesday, December 26th. Hit up the KWANZAA celebration there. I'm going to bringing the family by. They have vendors. I saw they have music and, all different types of cultural celebrations here. It's a nice kickback the day after the holidays. So, to you and yours on our Christmas Eve show of the Comedy Cypher, I want to wish everybody a happy holiday, man. Be safe. Y'all have a good time. Love on the people who loving on you back. And we will see you next week. Ain't that right, Big E? My melanated friend Big E over here gave me the thumbs up. So yeah, shout out one more time to my brother Rico Spencer, man. Happy holidays one more time. And thank y'all for tuning in this week.
Peace.